Thank you, Janet. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here for today's session as we celebrate our 6th anniversary of this beautiful group. Let me take you quickly through an agenda. So sorry. Coming from corporate background. So we will do a little bit of how we started our journey, some numbers. And then, of course, we'll quickly get into hearing from our healees. Let's listen to their journey, their gifts. And then this time we'll also bring in and listen to some healers who have agreed and graciously shared their wisdom and their experience with us. And then we'll get into a wonderful meditation at the end. So if you have a piece of paper and pen, think about a wish for yourself. So as we go through this process, okay, here we go. So let's get into this. I know we have said it 5 times before, but I just want to repeat it. This is how we started this group here in Mallorca, 2019, April, because 21 people in my team, the team leader of this wonderful team, Seahorse, they missed to get coins of Coherence healing. That time we used to get coins. And the look in their face was something that broke our heart. So we said, well, why don't we start ourselves to do it? And that was the beginning of that story. And we started on 20th of April, and basically we haven't stopped and we haven't missed one day. And some of the people that were started then are still here. We started with about 30 healers at that time, and now we have about 550 in the community. Show you where they come from. So we have loved about 27,500 healing sessions into life in 6 years, which is about 2,206 days of non-stop healing. And 96%, and actually it's a little bit more than 96%, just marginally more, who people have never been to Dr. Joe Dispenza event. So they are coming from the outside world, and which makes it absolutely even more intriguing as to what they experience. One of our feature, and I think we love doing this, is we have people that come in on the fly. You know, I get messages from here and there, somebody who is needing emergency healing for themselves, for their family members, or their friend, or somebody who is in crisis. So we actually take care about 15% of our healees are actually emergency cases that we deal with every day, almost. And then the rest are normal through system booking. We also bring pets, even though it's 2%, but you have 525 pets, and all kinds of pets are welcome in. And sometimes we have sessions with 2-3 pets in the same time, and the energy is beautiful. We get testimonies, feedback from healees, 3,160 as a count this morning. And about 96% of them say they feel some form of improvement, and 63% talk about significant changes, improvements, and about 5% no change. So we talked about healers. They come from everywhere. This is actually, we made this with the help of Frederica last year. We have about 52 countries from where healers come in. And these are all the dots, locations where they are actually placed. And we cover from minus Alaska up to New Zealand. Less on this side, more on that side, for sure, as you see the dots. And top 10 are basically from US, Canada, UK, Germany, Spain, Switzerland, Mexico, Netherlands, UAE, South Africa, and Romania. So we have from everywhere. We also meet as healers twice a month. We have actually done something good, which is we've evolved ourselves all the time. And that's beautiful. And you'll hear from one of the healers talk about Super Sundays. And about some time ago, I don't remember, I think 2 years or 3 years, 2 years ago, we said a lot of our healees wanted to become healers, They wanted to give back because of how they felt receiving. So we opened up to have people who have not been 2 weeks long to become healers. And 45 of them have already joined. They come. And anybody who wants to, who's committed to giving love to others, they can always send a request. We have a process to take care of that, which works very well. And we hold them and give them some basic training. It's difficult to train somebody to be a healer. We all are. But we just hold them, and then they come in and they give and receive. And you'll hear about that as well. And so, as I said, healers are our gifts. So let's look and listen to their journeys. So we will have few of the healees that will speak. They have recorded this and me. They could not be here, or some of them, and some will speak live. So let's go one by one. So we start with Christian.
Hello everyone, my name is Christian and I'm here today to share a part of my story. This story began 3 years ago when I was diagnosed with a kidney disease. I have never been found of the usual way to treat disease, so I started to do some research if there was any other alternative to treat myself. And then I came, those research led me to the work of Dr. Joe. I started to do his work and it improves a lot. Meanwhile, I was brought to the Coherence healing group as a healee. I don't remember how, but this came to me. So started to do some sessions many times, and it helps a lot to improve my condition. It was not enough. So recently, something big happened to me. I've been admitted to the hospital twice within a month. And the first time, I thought I was going to die. It was really, really scary. But nevertheless, I decided to go further more into the work. This was my choice. And not so long after, I started to feel a shift in my body, in my mind. I started to be more alive. I don't know how to describe, but then I started to move more freely and it was less painful in my body. Then, the second event, a few weeks after, there was a connection that has been made with the work, that now I am 100% sure that we are all connected. I can feel it, and it is really something. Now, what I can tell you is that the work we are doing all together by connecting ourselves is really, really, really helpful. This is truly transformative. I don't say my kidney are already, yes, they are already healed, but I still have to do this work. I can't stop. So just want to share all these thoughts with you and say thank you very much for your help. This is deeply appreciated. I wanted to express my gratitude to all of you, and may all you be blessed.
So that is Christian. Let's listen to Nathalie.
My name is Nathalie, I've been a healee and a healer of this group. I'm very honored to have this opportunity to talk a little bit about myself. I started as a healee, which was a recommendation by my dear friend Merle, who had been part of this group long before that. And we've been together to 2 of my 3 retreats. So far I've had 3 miracles. I had bone cancer related pain all over my body, especially in my torso. And in one meditation in Basel Progressive Retreat in 23, I was able to have instantaneous pain relief. A miracle, what can I say? So clearly something happened to me that other people talk about, but you're always kind of skeptic, and now there's no talking yourself out of the possibility of miracles anymore. Secondly, I was bedbound in January. You saw me, and I had the pleasant experience of my lung opening up during a Blessing of the Energy Centers meditation. And now lately I was reading a book on self-love, and suddenly my heart started to tingle and the energy started to go to the right side of my spine. Yeah, healed in a significant amount of pain also. I had an out-of-body experience which had very unpleasant aftermath, and it is chaotic, and I sometimes feel like I'm in a painting of Hieronymus Bosch. It can be hell, let's put it that way. Everyone who's in the river of change might know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but while these thoughts come to the surface from the subconscious, I have a grip and can work with them. While all this negative self-talk, self-hate, hate towards others, absolute rage came up, I decided I have to become a healer in order to love people again. What I also love as a healee is to go to bed at night and also listening to the audio files at night telling me we're going to play 3 songs. It's just a cozy, warm, enveloping feeling. And it works. You can feel it. Once again, energy moving, and you know exactly there's more to life than what the doctors are telling you. Oh, what I need to mention is that I've also gotten to know Monique during this journey, which she was one of the first testimonials I discovered. It gives me a lot of new impulses. I listen to testimonials with a different perspective, different ear. I hear the meditations differently now. I'm kind of like on an ego trip now and allow myself to do nice things like going camping just for myself, which would have been unheard of beforehand for the old self. I'm in the river of change. I'm the CEO of my life and my health. I'm in the driver's seat of my life. I allow myself to have happy hormones, good thoughts, good feelings, and yeah, and you are part of this journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathalie. Let's go to hear from Christopher.
Hello everyone. First of all, I'm really sorry I cannot make it with you all today, but I had to attend to one of my best friend's wedding party. For those who don't know me, I'm Christopher. I had a C5 spinal cord injury, incomplete, in 2019, so 5.5 years ago. While doctors told me I would never move again, I was fully paralyzed from the neck down, could barely move my arms, I was fed by the spoon. I refused to accept this reality, And since that day, I've been training more than 6-7 hours per day in the beginning, from Monday to Friday, doing physiotherapy, strength training, ergotherapy, electrostimulation, everything you can find. Now I train a little bit less, around 3-4 hours per day. But I did over 5,000 of hours so far of training, and each to improve as much as possible my mobility. So it's a long process. You can quickly get discouraged because improvements are really slow and take time. But I try to look back at when I get a bit discouraged at the videos from 6, 9 or 1 year back to be able to see really the progress, and this really keeps me motivated in going forward. I did this winter, after 5.5 years, I did a ski touring challenge. So I went back on skis and tried to go uphill a few 100 meters. And this is also the kind of little things that make you realize that it's worth continuing to fight. I was able to reconnect with one of my passions, which was skiing, not in the same way, but of course it was an amazing pleasure, and I'm super grateful I was able to do that. And voila. Shortly I will show a little video at the end, maybe ask Manu to show it. So very shortly after my accident, I met Manu, which was a great support, and introduced me to meditation and to sound healing, and to this amazing Coherence healing community, which I've been attending meditations every Sunday since then, almost 5 years or more, almost since the beginning of the Coherence healing community creation. I'm very grateful for that, especially in the beginning. I had very little thing to hold on to, and this gave me great motivation to move forward and to keep pushing and having faith in my recovery. So happy 6th anniversary to the whole community. Proud to be part of it, and voila. I still have a lot of progress to do, even though I'm much further than a lot of people would have ever bet on, and I keep pushing, and voila, I'm still very happy of the progress I made so far. So everybody who has their own challenges, keep pushing, keep believing, and even if you don't see the little progress, keep showing up and committing to the work, and it pays off. Voila. Great kiss to all of you from Greece, and sorry for not being here again.
Okay, so yeah, wait. This is always emotional. Okay, so now we will switch to sharing life. So Neha, I invite you to come in and share if you are ready to do that.
Sure, absolutely. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Neha Gill. And like Manu, I come from corporate world. I was introduced to this group by my coach, Ron Kurtzner, who is also here. I see Ron. And what really got me drawn to this group was a very personal journey. Over the last few years, I have had 7 major surgeries. My last one was actually 5 weeks ago. And all the way from heart surgeries to abdominal surgeries. And at the same time, my husband and extended family was also going through a lot of health challenges. And I was feeling very overwhelmed. And when I got introduced to this group, and if I get emotional because it has been a personal journey, something happened. I started to see this experience not as a problem, but an opportunity to heal and grow and evolve. And that changed my focus. It was the healthiest and the strongest version of myself. And I was holding same for my family. And I didn't stop there. I have carried this love into my organization. I see my organization that I lead as something that needs empathy, needs purpose. And I just carried it both personally and professionally, the healthiest, the strongest version. And what made it possible and all the difference is support from this community, a real sense of purpose, and the collective mindset that says, we got this, we are doing this together. And I still feel that energy anytime I think of it. And knowing that I wasn't alone, it made an enormous difference. And I couldn't be more thankful of Ron for his guidance and the commitment and the belief that I could get through this. When I had my last surgery 5 weeks ago, that night I actually got up at midnight and I told the nurse I would like to be able to walk on my own. And she said, you are not ready yet. And I told her, I could do it. Help me get out of the bed. And I walked on the entire floor. And that has never happened to any of my previous surgeries. And now, as I go through this, I see these challenges as not as a setback, but it's a doorway to the growth. It's a doorway to share the love and commitment. And every step of this healing is bringing me closer to the ideal version of myself that you all are helping me hold. And what I could say is that healing isn't just personal, it's magnified when we see and believe in the future together. Even though I'm in tears, I'm more resilient emotionally than I was when I came to this community. As I go through these challenges, I look at them as curiosity, not as a fear or frustration. It's a deep learning process. It's for my body and mind and spirit. And if I could say something about the coherence healing in the journey is, it is not a straight line. It's not something you have to carry alone. And sometimes these are the hardest moments that will bring the greatest growth. Continue to visualize yourself and your loved one as healthiest, the most vibrant, and trust that every breath, every meditation, and every choice is leading you closer to it. Please lean into this community around you. Even when you don't believe in your potential, they do. And at last, stay open to love, giving and receiving both, because it's really the energy that transforms everything. And love for yourself and other, and life itself is the most powerful healing force that there is. Thank you, Manu, in this community.
We can hear you, Manu.
Sorry, Chris, go ahead, my dear. I was muted.
Hello, everybody. I think most of you know me. I've been coming to the group now, actually, this month on the 21st to be 4 years. It's been quite a journey. I've been doing the work for 6 years. I'm one of the ones that I've never been to a Dr. Jill event, but I do the work every day. I've never missed a day these 6 years. And then I went through, which I spoke 2 years ago about my healing with the group, which has just changed me on such a soul level. It was the mysticalness behind it all. And the reason I had, the divine brought me to this work, to this group. I was meant to be. I have joined really to try to help my mom with her dementia, to heal my mom with her dementia. It's what I've learned is so these last, since my healing, I, took the role of healer now, and I more or less, though more than anything, has been conduit, learning how to do that for another. It's been a lot to process with her. We have some of the most beautiful sessions with this disease, and she is calm and peaceful. And then some of them are more challenging, and it brings up a lot of stuff, I'm sure, that's all the way back from her childhood, and it takes more time for her to process. It's been a challenge. The group gets me through, gets my mom through. Wouldn't want to have to put it in these terms, but the group is, my mom wouldn't be where she's at right now, even if she was here with us right now, if it wasn't for this group and just the love that you guys funnel to her. And the group is quite good at hitting a target. Learning how to be a conduit, it's different because I really have to just set the intention and let go. And that has taken a lot of practice. Hit or miss. You got to be sure and close your conduit at the end, or you might experience problems you don't want. But all together, right now, she is, we're 6 years into this disease, and I still have my mom around. And it's all to do with this work. And this group, we use the recordings. Manu has gotten us in for emergency sessions. There have been times that, I couldn't even hardly be a conduit. I just had to surrender myself and turn her over to the group, which is difficult sometimes, but been a lot of peace knowing that I can do that whenever I don't feel that I can. And then there's my dog. We're going to end this on a happy note. I'm extremely, extremely close to my winter dog. She's 12. And she had been suffering from kidney stones. And I have had her through, I don't know how many healing sessions. And it started off by she stopped shedding and her coat got really soft. And I can really tell whenever she's having the sessions, because she looks very at peace. But here recently, I had a session on a Sunday afternoon, and I was able to, and I do the same, set the same intention as a conduit for my dog, as my dog, for my dog, and then I switch back afterwards. But during the session, the heat that was coming off of me and my dog between us, I mean, I had to actually almost lean my face back out of it. It was that intense. And afterwards, within about 15 minutes, it almost scared me, but she went potty and passed a lot of blood, but there were also 3 stones. And for those that, I didn't know this, but it's, to have kidney stone surgery for dogs, pretty hard on them. And she's an older dog, so I think we have 1 more left to get, but it's very small. But yeah, the group, and one, I don't know if it was several sessions worked up to it, or it was just that one in particular. I can just say that there was just the heat between us was just so intense. And yeah, we don't have any, we were 3 less stones. So the group is very adept at not only people, but as pets too. And I just want to express my gratitude for, my healing, which, it's still intact all these years later, changing on a daily basis. And then learning to do this with my mom has been, it's been an experience. But watching her and seeing the effects that it has on her, I mean, I see this in real time, so I can give you real time feedback. And with my dog, real time feedback. As our group is we're top, cream of the crop as far as I'm concerned, and we really do change lives, and miracles really do happen. And always remember to just surrender to the unknown and trust in the community. It's been a wonderful experience, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. Bless you, my dear. Monique, my dear.
Hello. Sorry, I jumped the gun earlier. I'm very excited. I hope you know that I dressed up for this event in my Wonder Woman pajamas. Considering 5 years ago, very shortly, I sat in these very pajamas on this very couch in the middle of lockdown and shared my incredible, mystical, profound experience that happened for me. And that was the video that Dr. Joe inevitably landed up sharing. So I thought, to commemorate this amazing day, I would put on my Wonder Woman pajamas. I still have them. It's winter here, but we have a fire burning, so I have really flushed cheeks, but it's all good. It's all good. For those who don't know me, my name is Monique, and I've been a grateful member of this community since August, September 2020. Like many people during lockdown, I couldn't get to an event. I don't also quite remember how I found this group. I just, at that point in time, received the last absolutely bloody final diagnosis of stage 4 metastatic breast cancer after having been treated for it since the end of 2017. And got to the point where I had nothing left to lose. I had tried to manipulate, determine, predict, and control my whole life up until that point, which I realized was giving me a false sense of power. And it was at that point I let go of all of that, because I had nothing left to lose. I was told to get affairs in order, that now it was about quality of life and not quantity of life. And I refused to take that. I refused to let someone else predict and determine my future when that lay in a power far greater than me. And I tapped into the divine, and here I am today. Voila! Voila, here I am. So through this group, through practicing Dr. Joe's meditations, absorbing all of his work, podcasts, YouTube videos, anything and everything I could lay my hands on, buying meditations, practicing in the comfort of my own home for hours at an end. I mean, COVID was actually such an amazing gift other than cancer, because it gave me an opportunity to really connect with myself, really, really dedicate myself to this work, which I don't think I ordinarily would have done as much as if I didn't have all that time on my hands. So I'm very, very grateful, not only for the disease of waking me up, but for COVID to give me the opportunity to practice this work as much as I did. And fortunately for me, and every story is different, within a few weeks, I had a profound mystical experience where I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that I was free of the disease, and a full body PET scan confirmed that for me 3 months later, with just a very little small area on one of my ribs that still had active disease. And through meditation and tapping in with the divine, I got the message just to keep trusting, just to keep letting go, just to keep surrendering, because the divine really wanted my oncologist to witness the miracle of it leaving, and within a month it was completely gone, and it's been completely gone since the end of 2020. And I'm forever grateful, and forever a work in progress, forever doing the work, forever practicing, forever being mindful. And yes, there are times you slip, you fall, you lose consciousness for a little bit, but it's not about how many times you lose consciousness, it's about how many times you wake up. And I'm so grateful that I have the community to remind me twice a day. I get that little WhatsApp on my phone to either tap back into myself or tap back into the group when I need to. You've been a wealth of support and love. And I felt it the minute I stepped into the group, that my first coherence healing, I sat there and who am I? Who are these people? Who are they to care for me? And not only did they care for me, but they loved me into life. And you are a true testimony of what love can do. And what I've discovered in this process is that, as mentioned before, healing is not linear. My gosh, I look at my healing like a layer of onion, like a big, big, massive layer of onion. I suspect I'll reach the center of my onion the day that I meet the divine in person. But for now, I keep peeling the layer of the onion, and it's love is what has carried me through the peeling of all the onions. And I went from this incredible gift of healing stage 4 metastatic breast cancer to figuring out how to truly, truly, truly love and deeply accept myself. And cancer was actually easier to heal than that. I spent a good 12 months of my life really digging deep and meditating daily to find the space where I could totally and wholly and solely love myself. And not only the good aspects of myself, because I am human and I have my light and I have my shadow, but to truly also love the shadow parts of myself. And in healing that part of myself, in loving myself, I was able to end a 10-year loveless marriage, and in turn discover a life and a love that I only dreamt about and read of in fairy tales. And it was difficult, but it was, loving yourself is not easy. It's really easy to love someone else. It's really easy to blame someone else. It's really easy to look outside of yourself. But that internal, that deep internal search, that deep internal love and accepting of self is just as profound as the mystical experience of cancer leaving. Honestly, I share that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And something else that is now manifested and materialized just in the last couple of weeks is initially, when I had the original breast what's it called? Breast cancer diagnosis. Breast diagnosis, that didn't sound right. Breast cancer, when my body received the breast cancer diagnosis. You know, at that time, it was such a chaotic, I didn't have a chance to really think about anything except the doomsday prognosis and all of the information that was put onto me, and that I was, you know, unwillingly at the time, because I didn't realize I had other options, but forced to do. And one of the things was a mastectomy, immediate mastectomy with reconstruction, just because I was riddled with my body was riddled with cancer. And you know, part of my tumultuous journey is that it was only going to be chemo for a certain amount of time. I wasn't going to need radiation, and then I needed radiation, and then the cancer came back, and then I needed more radiation, and then I needed more chemo. So as a result, the implants that they did, the reconstruction, were completely, for use of a better word, mangled. I have not had, I've had breast mounds, you know, that's what I can equate them to. They're completely weird and lopsided and odd shaped, and one stands out and one is flat and one is to the side and one is to the center and one is up and one is down, and and I could never really look or accept them. And a few months ago, I received a message from the divine that until I truly loved and accepted my breast mounds, nothing was going to change. And isn't that the saying? If nothing changes, nothing changes. And I did some work. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't truly committed, because I was like, how could anybody love these? I mean, even, you know, how could I love these? But slowly, little by little, licking the elephant one day at a time, not trying to eat a whole elephant in one go, I came to love my breast mounds in a way that I'd never loved them before, in a very, very special way. And a week ago, I received confirmation from my health insurance after seeing a plastic surgeon and going for a scan and a mammogram, that they are prepared to pay for the reconstruction in full. So as a result, in 9 days' time, I get to have surgery and replace my damaged implants and fix my boobies, my foobies, my fake boobies. So just testimony again, like for me, this is a work in progress. It will always be a work in progress. There isn't a day that I don't think about it, practice what I'm thinking about, how I'm speaking, how I'm behaving, how I'm moving, thoughts, actions, words. I am conscious of them every day. I don't actually know how I don't sleep 10 hours a day, because I work at it so hard, so often. And yes, it has become more second nature to me now, 5 years down the line, than it was in the beginning. But I am truly, truly grateful. I just want to check my notes because I feel like I'm rambling. Stand by. That's it. That's it. That's it. I covered all my notes. I didn't even go off track that much. But thank you so much. I'm truly and forever, ever grateful. Manu, I said it to you 5 years ago, that one day I will give you that hug and kiss in person. And that is the next thing on my list.
That is still in my list as well.
Good, good. I ticked off Dr. Joe, and now you're on the next on the list.
And I believe I say for everyone, you are magnificent as you are, like you're right, no? Magnificent, Monique. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Oh, God. Wow.
Thank you. Love you all.
Oh, thank you so much. And by the way, I was supposed to be the next after you, Monique. And it's going to be a difficult one to follow you, because you are, but I will give my best. So this is going to be my first chance to be giving a testimony as a healee. And I'm going to do the corporate way. Sorry, slides, you know, we love it. Okay, so in November last year, 6 months ago, I came for a wedding and to India, and during some tests discovered basically that my left side of my heart has two arteries 100% blocked. The main artery is 100% blocked, another one as well, and then the third artery is 80% blocked. So the doctor who looked at that said, I have no idea how you are alive or you're going on, because you should be almost dead. That was the first. And so, and also for us and everybody, it was just such a shock. And then he asked, saying, no choice. I did try for some couple of days to think, well, can I beat it? And then at the end, there was no choice. So I decided to go into surgery beginning of December. What was also discovered is that I have genetically, my arteries are very thin. And so they are going to have plan B, C ready. There was a 70% chance of not coming out of that surgery. I was not aware of that at the time. That's what I went into. Found a beautiful, wonderful surgeon, and I went through surgery. The surgery, instead of being 4 hours, classically, it lasted 7 hours. They had to stop my heart twice because of that thin artery. They were stuck to my heart. And so they had to put a knife to cut it out, the arteries out. And then post-surgery, I had some, let's call it, I was twice. The second day after my heart started to collapse, almost gone. And then 5th day, I had an attack of what is called pneumothorax. So my face became like that because lungs started to leak. And then 2 months, and then 15 days after, basically, I got fever, which lasted 2 months. So that was my story. And now, 5 months, 4.5 months after, I'm absolutely fine. But I have few things to share because of that experience, from whatever I went through. And I wanted to talk about, for me, what was there are a longer list, but at least for this one, I want to share. The first thing which I did, which was to me the most, I think, basic, but the most important step, I did not realize till afterwards, because that helped me to as well stay alive after, was I actually embraced surrender. And it is, instead of resisting, instead of finding options, I said that this is what I'm going to go through is something that is the best thing that will happen to me. It'll change my life. And the resisting was going to increase suffering. I knew that. And I actually walked into the surgery and I had a good laugh with the surgeon and all the staff, including the guy who put me to sleep. And we had a very nice joke before I went into. And they were, of course, surprised. But to me, I was surprised myself because I had absolutely no fear, nothing. I had 100% trust. And I had worked those 2.5 weeks from the time I came to know till I went into the surgery of 100% surrender. The second one was receive love and support. And life is full circle. That's when I understood as well why this God created for me. To me, it was allowing others to offer love, prayers, and funny story. My left side of the heart, which received blood, was blocked. So you see, that was my starting point. So receiving has been my biggest issue. Guess what? My body told me. And beyond my family, this group, Janet, who's here as well, but everybody here came and held me. And during those 2 near-death experiences, because I was so much, quote unquote, alive that night, the 2 times, after that experience, I had super awareness. I don't know what all things I saw and healed and resolved, but one of the things I heard was my Coherence healing full music every night at that time. It was 2 a.m. for me. I would hear the songs and I would feel everybody present, and to me that being held, feeling the presence of divine through this group, got me out of all of that I went through. So I always, after this, I became such a big, telling anybody who goes through surgery. I remember we had a call with Neha before her last surgery, and I've said it to so many people. This is the cornerstone of how you can learn to surrender, because there is somebody behind you. You're not alone. The other one, which is something which came to me was a surprise, but I did it, and so I know I lived through it. I took all my medical staff, everyone, as I used to tell them, you are God in form of, you are actually God coming to me in form of you. And so I looked at them as if divine, God, each of them. Even the janitor, the lady who used to brush my teeth in the morning after the surgery, same. I befriended everyone else. I knew everybody's name, their stories, everyone. There were something like 28 staff who used to be in the ICU. I knew everybody of them by name. And, but more than that, I would look at them as just gods. That's how I felt them. And that for them, it was such a profound experience being with me. They would always come back and say, you are the best patient we've ever had, who has had all the complications that never seen before. My surgeon used to say, I've never seen one person going through all the complications in my 30 years. You did it, all of them. So you tested me. And the last one was, I think this to me is beautiful, and it goes back to what Monique was saying before. Tune into your body. The biggest learning for me was learning to hear and listen to my body. And it's not nice, because in the beginning, and it told a lot of things that are not right, that I've been doing for 30, 40, 50 years. And that's what my fever did. It made me learn to listen to my body and stop giving power away to everybody. Okay? Miracle cures, everybody has an opinion, which sometimes confuses your system a lot. And you start giving your power away. And that's what I learned in this whole process. So back to this group, I owe my life. And I say that. Now I'm less teary. I used to cry a lot after I came out of ICU. I cried like a baby when I saw everybody's time was starting. When I saw everybody's faces, to me, it was like, these are gods, and this is how divine must be. Because look at these faces of all the healers that are just pure love, nothing else. And that helped me to come out of where I went, and I'm now where I am now. So I owe it. I'm so grateful to everyone. So grateful to you, Janet, but to everybody who helped me. Thank you so much for being here. I'm done. Okay, let's look at back into my role. So let's look at this beautiful team, which is behind the scene that works. Host, Janet, Ron, Sue, Susan, Erin, Ghislaine, Friederike, Mercedes. We had Anka and also Denise, who for their own engagement are no more now host, but they have been with us for a long time. Anka since the beginning as well. Okay, so what we are going to do is each of them will come up, say hello, and they will actually share testimony of one of the healees. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so I will begin. Thank you all so much for being here. after listening to all the healees, you know why I've been nonstop coming since the beginning of this group. I cannot imagine a better purpose in life than being here and being in service. I discovered that I came to do this. So thank you so much. And I also have the experience of understanding what it really means that the giver is receiving and that receiving is given. So this group will not be what it is without the healers. And of course, the healers will not be there if there were no healers. So thank you so much. So I'm going to read Macarena's. Macarena's is a Mexican lady who has come about 5 times now into our group. She wrote her experience in Spanish, but we translated into English so we can share it with everyone. So it goes like this. Yesterday I had a renal scintigraphy and it came back clear. My left kidney is functioning perfectly, even though it is blocked, and I need reconstruction surgery, which I am sure will be perfect. The good thing is that it's functioning. It's undamaged. I see it, I believe it. The pain in my legs has noticeably decreased. I have been moving much more and with less pain. I am definitely more agile. I am regaining muscle and loving myself a lot, which is truly, she said it's truly difficult, but I will say it was truly difficult for her. And I mention this because on the love I feel from all of you every time I listen to the music, and even more, now you've reminded me that I must love myself above all else. I am so grateful for the power of this group. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and healing. This is Macarena message for all of us. Thank you so much. Gracias, Macarena, si estás allí.
Thank you, Janet. You're on.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon. Oh my goodness, what a divine privilege to be here today. I have been part of this group for 5 years and a host for 4 years. And what I want to say is that, sometimes in just the course of coming as a healer or healee or even a host, the heart's there. And then every once in a while, it gets to be like a little bit of a routine that happens. And a day like today is just blows the lid off any kind of limitation in consciousness about what the purpose and the value of what we're about is. And I'm so grateful. It's like my heart has been recharged by all of you and what we all do together. It is such a joy. And this is from Carol T., who has been both a healer and a healee. And Carol's one of those people, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I get on Zoom, I look for familiar faces to connect with as a way of really centering my heart. And Carol, you're one of those. I was holding it for Robert as he was under heart surgery. Something very special occurred then. Robert's brother, I'll come back. Robert's brother, who's very near him, had a heart attack at the same time, and he's in coma since. Robert's surgery was difficult, and he's in intensive care right now. Knowing what happened, he said that his brother took charge of the healing, of the heart healing. Mm.
Thank you, Ron. Sue?
Thank you, Manu. And I'm sure everyone's wanting to have time for our precious meditation. So I'll just say I've been privileged to be a host since 21. And I'm reading for Meg, who does not speak English. I am grateful to feel your healing energy throughout my body. Even my husband, who was at my side during the healing session, felt it. Although I don't speak English, I understood the healing process during the session. I am grateful to you for receiving me when I needed your unconditional love. Thank you, Meg.
Thank you, Sue. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, guys. What a great reminder of why I'm here. Just so inspired by all of the beautiful testimonies today. Diane D. I have felt the need to listen to the replay twice a day. It has a tremendously positive effect on my mental and physical well-being.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. I came in this group as a healee, and I continue to need to be a healee, and now I'm a healer and I'm a host since a few years. So thank you everyone for sharing. The connection here is so special, the love we share. And yes, we carry on this love in our life after. So thank you. Philippe, Coherence Healings and Wise Manu have been better than doctors to me and make me feel better every time. I am and would be forever thankful.
Thank you, Guylaine.
I'm going to read the testimonial for Denise. I'm Friederike, and I've been part of the group since January in 2022, and a host since September 23. And by now, I've actually, I looked it up today, hosted about 104 coherence healings, and I still feel like a beginner. So I'm looking forward to each and every one of them. And thank you for making this group what it is. Right when the session began, tears went down my cheek. Since my heart went closed for numerous numbers of years, this was an incredible outcome. Since then, sadness is released at a constant daily pace. That's the beginning of a changing journey with no compromise. It is a must achievement. Let's do this. You're now part of this journey of mine. Loving welcome.
Thank you, Friederike. Mercedes. Mercedes.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mercedes, and I've been a member of this community since 2020. I'm grateful to this community for holding me through challenging times and major transitions in my life. Each time I join a healing session, I'm truly in awe at the level of compassion and love that this community shares with one another. And I'm truly inspired with all the testimonies shared today. I'm going to read Juan Carlos' testimony. He speaks Spanish, and he's been coming since 2 years now regularly. I thank the team and all the beings who make these meetings possible. They are a wonderful gift of life and love. Thanks to everyone. They have helped me a lot in my process. Gracias, Juan Carlos.
Thank you, Mercedes. Okay, a little bit late, but we will continue. Thank you to the beautiful hosting team. I mean, you can imagine that without all of us together as hosts, we wouldn't be able to be doing this for 2,206 days continuously. So thank you, everyone who plays their beautiful role. Let's switch to our healers. And we are going to take some time, sorry, I know, a little bit more, but just hear this beautiful, what they have to share. Thank you so much.
Hello, everybody. I am very pleased to share my testimonial with you today regarding my presence in the Coherence healing group and the community, of course. So I came in the group through my son, who has a cerebral palsy, and I came in 2020, and that was a very powerful experience for me to understand the power of the meditation, but also outside of the meditation, how you can keep your vision and your intention alive through the days after the meditation. And so I've been for Solomon in the group, I would say, for about 2 years, coming regularly as a healee. And then last year I didn't go well. I got sick from COVID, and I have long COVID now. And really I was feeling very, very low, and I was even wondering if I could still work full time. That was very bad. And so I decided that if you cannot do anything with your body, and if you cannot function with your body, then you're just going to use your mind. And this is when I reached out to Manu to be part of the community as a healer. And my intention was very clear. I was like, I'm going to heal. There is no other choice. I cannot stay in that miserable state. So I started to have very specific intention, even though I was very low. And so that was, I guess, in April last year. I lost my job in March, on top of my sickness, not due to my sickness, but I lost it. And coming to the group really brought me so many, coming back to the group as a healer and healee brought me so many positive outcome. To give you an idea, I found a job, and with that job I was able to buy a house in less than a month. That was crazy. So once again, I have experienced how powerful is that group. I'm reading on my notes because I wanted to give you a very, very authentic testimony. I didn't want to forget anything. And really, I came to realize that our presence here in that group as a healer, it's a space that we hold for people so they can take care of themselves. And I think in that society, it's so important to have that kind of space. And really, for me, I can see how this group is powerful, but most of all, it's a group that is very safe, and people are honest and they are authentic, and they are always here for the healees, but it's always an opportunity for us healers to be also present for ourselves and to take care of our sacred power. So yeah, it's a place really for me, and I'm very grateful because it's a place where I can cultivate love and joy for life, and it's always here, and we can come back, and people are awesome. Thank you very much.
you go, Maria.
Okay, well, this is our 6th anniversary of this Coherence Healing Group. We've been coming together twice a day since 2019. This group was especially important during the times of COVID because we came together, as I said, twice a day, and we gave love and support in those troubled times. The idea of becoming a healer was never in my plans, it was never my intention, and as the best things happen when there is no plan, well, this is one of the best things that have happened since I began with Dr. Joe. This group is very important. This group gives coherence, healing, and love to individuals, to families, to business. We've been also giving healing to certain events that have troubled the world, wars, natural disasters, and it's an honor to be here to support, to love, and to make each individual and each group lives better. This group is very important, as I said. The love, the support, and the holding together is something that you cannot find in anything, not in food, not in traveling, not in any kind of sport, not in any kind of hobby. It's genuine, it's real, and it's authentic, and it grows and grows and grows every day. I have never had a very significant experience, no blue lights, no angels surrounding me and singing. It's just little shifts that have happened on a daily basis when I come here as a healer, or when I come here as a healee, or when I listen to the recordings that I have. Sometimes it's just an eureka. Sometimes things happen without creating any intention. So I'm really thankful for all for this group, for all the love we bring together. And sometimes when you least expect the most significant changes happen, and I don't like to miss any session. Of course, I sometimes can make it, but I really think that this is worth making time for. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Hello everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Johanne Dion. I've been 5 years since I joined Manu's Genius Global CH Group. My journey on this wonderful adventure began in April 2020, during a spring period when everything was closed. I gladly accept the invitation of a friend. She had found me on Facebook and noticed that I was attending Dr. Joe event while she was leaving the one in Mallorca, Spain. As a manual current therapist, I spent the 2 months. I was totally closed due to COVID in my living room, doing 2 CH a day non-stop with this great group that I fell in love with. What an happiness, joy, love, and touching moment. It was a really wonderful spring for me. Having the desire to share this energy of love through coherence healing, which has brought me so much fulfillment. I've been doing it for the past 5 years. There have been times in my life when I felt crushed by too much love inside me, like a balloon ready to burst. And I didn't know what exactly to do with it. Dr. Joe's work and the CH have allowed me to learn how to unfold and circulate this innate and abundant energy of love within me. I found this space of presence where I could let my art express itself in its own way, not only to benefit myself, but also to share this flow with others and contribute to humanity. One connect to the divine in the presence and the unknown. Nothing beat those moments of stillness, peace, unity, expansion, where something there are no words to express. It is beyond, only to feel and vibrate those frequencies. This is one of the very good reasons why I'm here. Even though I meditate, the CH invite me to connect with the sacred on daily basis. Over the years, I believe that an imprint of this CH music has been created, and I never tire of it. When I'm fully present, from the first note, my heart opens up and expand. As a healee member, I've also been healing, especially in my early years, when I needed help for various reasons during time of transition life, emotional and relationship stress, and health issue. The CH I've received have been so beneficial and has helped me to move forward more quickly in my path of healing, evolution, and expansion. A place where I'm safe, where there's no judgment, where I can completely surrender to the unknown, in the arm of the universe that support me, the healer that carry us, holding. Humanity needs so much healing from all this wound, all this different memory that we carry. We have this Super Sunday every other Sunday, and such a joy to attend whenever I can. I love listening to your share. You are truly generous and courageous soul who express and deliver with an open heart, emotion, life experience. I love listening to you through the different topic. I welcome your wisdom like a sweet perfume that is generously poured out. With word, your beautiful energy, you are great inspiration to me, to each and every one of us. You've been an integral part of my journey. I thank you so much, beautiful Manu, beautiful Janet, and all the wonderful hosts for your love, your time. Healer, too, for your love and your time, presence, and all the healee who put their trust in us, and 100,000 of other wonderful healing to help everyone for healing in this humanity. Love, peace, and abundance to us all. Love you so much.
Thank you, Johanne.
I've been a part of this group pretty much from the very beginning. After Mallorca, one of the ladies that was in my group mentioned to me that one of the team leaders had formed a healing group for those that weren't able to have healings at the retreat itself. When I heard this, I was very intrigued and I was very moved that someone would have such kindness in their hearts to give their time so generously for others. So I joined, and I met Manu, and there I saw somebody who just gave so much of themselves for the benefit of others, and someone that had an ability to know exactly what other people needed. It was a great privilege to be a part of the group. To be a healer in the group is a very special thing. Every single healing is different, and to connect to the divine with others makes the experience incredibly powerful. I'm always a little bit tentative with the term healer, for me personally, I don't think it's me. It's something else that comes through me. And connecting to that something else with others makes it all the more powerful. And what we experience is a love that is on a completely different level. It is an absolute privilege, and it's a joy to be there amongst others in service for the good, helping somebody else. The group has so much love within it. It has so much goodness. That is the highlight of my day when I'm not at work and able to be there. It's an absolute joy. It's the highlight of my day to be there. It's very powerful, and things have happened. Many things have happened personally during these healings for me, as I'm sure it has for others as well. But there was one that I'm going to mention here today. And I used to do a lot of heart math, I mean a lot, and I would love walking and just sitting in field and just moving into my heart. And the horses responded amazingly, and there was one particular horse. She was a white mare, and she came towards me very, very intentionally, and I tried to put my fear aside and I stayed in my heart, and she just put her head in the center of my chest and stayed there, and there we were, very connected. And so each day before the healings, I would go to the field and connect with these beautiful beings. And then one day, this mare, she was with me for a substantial amount of time, and then I returned back home to come in as a healer. And after the healing, one of the other healers said, I saw a white horse in that healing. And me being a shy one, didn't say anything. I just felt it was best just to not say anything and just acknowledge that the unity and the connection goes way beyond anything we can imagine. It was a very special moment. And I want to thank you, Manu, for creating such a beautiful space that is equally as loving, whether one is a healer or a healee. We are beyond grateful for all you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raquel.
Hello, everyone. My name is Leelja Bauer, and it is such a privilege to be invited as guest of honor. With deep gratitude and joy, I join you today to celebrate the 6th anniversary of the Super Genius Coherence Healing Group. Our theme this year, the power of presence, beautifully captures the heart of our work, showing up consistently and wholeheartedly, offering healing through trust, energy, silence, steadiness, and love. My personal journey began in social work, then evolved into NLP, hypnosis, trance, meditation as a trainer and instructor. I later expanded into shamanic practice and transpersonal coaching, integrating decades of experiences across both medical and holistic traditions. Healing has always been part of my life. Raised in a family of physicians, stretching back 15 generations, I learned early that true healing touches the heart, the mind, the body, and unseen realms. and that all human beings are sacred and equal. In 2007, I encountered the teachings of Dr. Joe Dispenza. His insights into the quantum field and the unknown profoundly changed my path. His book, Becoming Supernatural, became a guide in my own self-realization, revealing how matter and quantum field intertwine. This journey naturally led me to Super Genius Coherence Healing, a community that feels like home and is my true soul family. Here I found something very rare. A space of trust, of safety and unconditional acceptance, where healing flows freely and lives are gently reshaped into greater wholeness. Each day, sometimes twice, I return, drawn not by obligation, but by joy. One experience left a profound mark on my heart, mind, and soul. I faced a lifelong fear, public speaking, losing focus, overtaken by panic. Through the next healing session, I surrendered completely. Cutting old ties, let my old self die, trusting the unknown to restore only what was meant to stay. In that moment, stripped bare and vulnerable, I discovered that true safety comes not from shields or defenses, but from full trust in the field of life itself. Now I am my new self, free of all attachments, stepping into the open, walking in grace and beauty towards the life I'm here to live. Today, as we celebrate 6 beautiful years, my heart overflows with gratitude. Thank you for your presence, your light, and your healing spirit. May we keep rising, healing, and creating miracles, one present at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Leelja. Okay, so thank you for your patience. We are going to be a little bit over time, sorry, but I'm going to go quickly. And next is a beautiful healing session. So just wanted to just summarize. I think we heard it from everyone. We began with a clear purpose. And I think one of the key things is we have never wavered. We want to be a community of healers in service to humanity. Point. That's it. We have no other agenda. And we haven't changed this since the day we started. We truly believe that true healing happens through a sense of radical compassion and of loving to all parts of you, just as you are. Somebody talked about when I learned to love myself, something changes. So that's exactly where we go for. It's something we saw a long time ago. This helped me in my process of surrender. Leap and the net will appear. Okay. So true surrender is what we keep on propagating, and of course we honor that. And we nurture not only those we serve, but also ourselves. And that's why we do Super Sundays, healing the healing. We are going to do that today, a little bit, part of that. And our circle is built on presence, not performance. Every moment we show up is a medicine, like just Leelja just mentioned. That's so spot on, is we are here not because we have a job to do. We are here because it brings us in a space of absolute love. We all welcome the unseen, the subtle, the sacred. As silence is something we started to do a lot more after Coherence healing, because we believe that in those quiet moments is where true transformation happens. So that's a little bit about us. Now let's get straight away into